Open splits, any percent. All right. So the story of this game is you are Godzilla and Mothra, and the monsters from Planet X are trying to invade Earth, and you are going through each planet in the solar system to beat them back and to take over their headquarters. "10-second setup time," that's right. So this is any percent. There are a couple different categories. There's any percent. There's Deathless, which doesn't have any runs because Deathless is pretty difficult. And then there's Mothra percent, which is really, really hard. And then there's a shorter category where you fight all of the monsters on one map. So some of the tech here is anytime you do an attack animation, I was pushing the wrong button there. Anytime you do an attack animation, it keeps you from getting knocked back. You still take damage, but the knockback doesn't occur. So anytime you do, let's say your radiation breath here, you get hit with everything, you still take damage, but you don't get knocked back, so you just keep getting pushed forward. This is Godzilla, space squid extraordinaire. Doesn't really do any damage to you, but can trap you in the corner and take an awful long amount of time to get rid of them. So in this run, it's any percent. So what we do is every map we kill Mothra, but we do it at very specific points in time. Because anytime you kill Mothra, it manipulates turn order for monsters for their team. And anytime that you kill a monster before their turn on their side, it also does the same thing. So right now I'm going to kill Mothra, so I don't take one extra turn with Godzilla. Moving one step instead of two. Rip Mothra. Mothra starts out more powerful with health and special power, but Mothra only has 2 attacks. One is the power attack, which is dropping pollen, just kind of like a bomb. And the other one shoots out of its face like tomatoes, basically. And the tomato shots do exactly the same amount of damage as one punch from Godzilla, and it is a heck of a lot slower. Which is why Godzilla is a lot more optimal. You can definitely avoid things better with Mothra, but actually killing the monsters is a lot more time consuming. So now we're traveling to their spaceship to take off to the next planet. Each planet has very unique and very different terrain as well as a unique map. Have there been any good Godzilla games? Probably, but I haven't played them. I mean, I personally really like this game. It's not the best game in the world, but I love playing it. Godzilla 2, on the other hand, which you will see a portion of after this, not as much. Yeah, the world record is 113. So it could be a lot quicker and it could be a lot slower. Or no, my PB is 113. The world record is 104. It could be a lot quicker and it could be a lot not quicker. So I just kind of gave myself a nice little time buffer just in case. Oh yeah, this game has a ton of lag in it and there's nothing you can do to mitigate. Because all of the lag comes from any of the sprites they use that are the same palette as Godzilla or Mothra, depending on the level you're on. And most of that comes from above the playing field, up where you can see the planet up there. Like that ship right there. Same palette as Godzilla, and slows everything down, and there's nothing you can do to make it go any quicker. So now we've got 3 enemies instead of 2. Each planet, except for one of them, I believe, adds a new monster to the mix. There's me using the radiation breath for pseudo iframes, just walking right through things. Now, these phoenixes can be a real pain. It is really difficult at points in time to sneak underneath them. And if you get knocked back while one is at the left edge of the screen, you will get stun locked to death. So that is something we need to watch out for. Oh yeah, I apologize. I normally have my cursor as an actual like little miniature Godzilla, and I tend to forget to take him off the screen, so he's my co-op partner. So when you do the radiation breath, the further away you are from the enemy, the more damage it does. So if you're really close, it only does 2 damage, but if you are far enough away, it does a full 4 bars of damage. And now, since Godzilla's 1 square away from the next monster, we're just going to move Mothra and kill her off in order to make the monster take its turn instead. Goodbye, Mothra. Now every time you level up, your power gets bigger, your life gets bigger, and your attacks all upgrade in damage. But each level has a, each planet has a level cap. So like this one, level cap is 5. The max level overall is 16. I think you can go up 2 levels per stage, except for one of them, which you can only go up 1. Mothra rip. Varan has a very interesting attack animation, that is for sure. He attacks you with his hands basically, and has a bad back. So we should be coming up on a death magnet here pretty soon. Easily the biggest run killer in the game besides the final boss. They are just literally projectiles in the shape of a magnet, and they constantly do damage to you, so... And it goes straight through you and does damage all the way through. I believe right here should be the first one. So you tail whip through it so that way you don't get knocked back. And oh, here's another one. Like literally every pixel that it touches you, it does damage. So it can kill a level 16 Godzilla in one shot if you're not careful. Let's go up this time. Those things will eat you alive, absolutely and horribly. So as you can see, I'm using the tail whip to prevent knockback. When those wall mounts come up, I also tail whip while I slide into them. That way I don't get knocked back when I touch it when it pops out. So like right here, I'll slide into it. There, I just kind of use that radiation breath for timing more than anything. You have to wait until immediately after those missile turrets move before you can do any damage to them. Alright, so Jupiter, this is where we start really attempting manipulation tech. With any luck. We're going to try and get Gizor to sit in the corner so we don't have to fight him and can just hop over to the next stage. Yep, avoiding those is something Mothra is amazing at. I mean, you can dodge them with Godzilla too, but here I'm going to use that breath again to go through there. It's a heck of a lot more difficult. So hopefully Gizora goes up into this spot right here so we can skip him. Part of the fun of learning this run was trying to figure out tech for killing Mothra as quickly as possible. There are a couple spots where it just still takes a while, unfortunately. Oh, that is perfect. That's exactly what we want. Now if my controller could cooperate here. There's our wonderful lag ships again. Those blue things they drop either do damage to anything they touch enemy-wise, or they can spawn health. Like that. Alright, so let's try and hop up here, make them spawn up and to the left, and dodge south. Alright, so we'll go here. No, we'll go. No, not there either. Come on, controller. Navigating the map is pretty interesting if you're not used to it. However, I absolutely love that the hexagonal board is how they went with this, instead of just squares. Let's get that health real quick. So much stuff on the screen. So much lag. Yeah, some of the design choices were not optimal. With Varan, his hitbox is really weird. It's like in the middle of his stomach right here. You could punch him in the face and it won't do anything. But because of that, you don't have to back up as far to do max damage on the radiation breath. Come on, let's get him. There we go. Yep, if you leave the stage as Godzilla before you kill Mothra off, you will game over. Because the last character on the board will have died because it just recognizes that Godzilla is not there and not that you've actually advanced. I used to do that all the time before I had started using this route right here. I would always forget to kill Mothra and leave the stage, and then Mothra would be a level 1 Mothra trying to go through like Pluto or something. Also, something I figured out yesterday, or not yesterday, but recently, is that the password that you get, there's a specific way to call up a password. I'm just gonna breath through this. Normally I tail whip underneath all that, but the password is frame based. It literally keeps track of every single frame. Normally you have to have both of them get to the end, or one of them dies and then the other gets to the end. Yep. So I'll show you here in a little bit once I get rid of Hydra, the garbage monster. Literally made of garbage and swamp matter. Come on now. Actually trash. Yep. So now, okay, let me show you real quick. You push the select button, it brings up the password. I have done absolutely nothing. Push the select button, it brings up a completely different password. So another thing you don't have to do is you don't have to kill all the enemy monsters on a level before advancing, which saves an absolute boatload of time. So we don't have to worry about beating Godzilla now. I actually might get a gold split on this stage, because it's extremely rare that Mothra Godzilla cooperates. I don't have my full timer up yet, so I don't know quite how I'm doing per stage though. Well, I'm definitely in the green. Saturn. There's a lot of RNG here. I'm going to set it up in a certain way so that way I can hopefully skip 2 of the fights. Now, one of the most difficult moves you can do as Godzilla is tail whip and jump at the same time. Starting up here and jumping, and then tail whipping is easy, but starting down and tail whipping while you're going up is quite difficult, and some of the stages in here require you to do that. Yeah, I never understood that either, Des. That has never really made much sense to me either. Alright, so hopefully we can sneak under here quickly. Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Alright, so let's move Godzilla. It's very possible that is just artistic license to remind you where you're at in the game. I don't know. Maybe they just needed something to fill that space. We're like, well, let's just put the planet up there. But we're on the planet. How does that make any sense? Well, we'll just go with it. That's how I think it happened. So we will go down here and not fight to hopefully be able to skip it. We have to beat Baragon in one round. You've not seen a multi-round fight yet, but you get 45 seconds to either kill or be killed by the monster, and after that 45 seconds it just goes on to the next turn. And however much ever health you've got left, you've got, and then I think they regenerate 4 bars of health for the next turn. This game is also a relic from the past because it considers Pluto a planet. It's kill or be killed. Alright, so here I'm going to tail whip up and then down. That is the most difficult thing you can do in the game, moveset wise. These you can reach by going or jumping and then tail whipping down, but there's one specific one that you can't. Now we need one round Baragon right here. No, go that way please. In order to save like over a minute. I mean, conversely, we can also just tail whip up and then punch down. Doing the double tail whip is kind of extra swag, though. Okay, right here, there's no other way to kill that than the radiation breath. And that one, the only way you can kill it is the tail whip up or the breath as well. Come on, we'll just do this. Get out of here. Missed it. So much going on the screen at once. So many things, so much damage taken and so much health to pick up. This game is the reason you bought Godzilla 2, and that was a mistake. So Baragon is extremely annoying because you can't punch him to death. You have to use kicks and tail whips. And the amount of times he comes up to use that fire attack pretty much determines whether you can one round him or not. Hey, we did it. That's amazing. That is amazing. We should be free and clear now. Should be. Alright, let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Hydra is not cooperating at all. Not one bit. We still got him though. Cute little arms. After this run is done, I'm going to open up my splits to see what kind of time I've got on each of the stages before I go to Godzilla 2. This very well could be a PB if this keeps up. So now we don't have to fight either of those two goons over there. We can move on. Now this stage is extremely annoying because this is one of the spots where you have to kill Mothra off without a whole lot in the way. So this is going to take a minute or two here. Yep. Extremely annoying. So now I'm not going to move to allow Varan to go in the corner. Go here. Continue to not fight enemies. Let them come to me. It is a lot slower to use Mothra. The Mothra percent run is almost 2 hours long for the world record. I fight Mothra. I agree. Mothra is pretty fun. Mothra is absolutely overpowered in Godzilla 2. But we will be killing off Mothra as well there. So there is a trick you can do that is frame perfect that will stop the death animation. If they are actively jumping when you do the final blow, it will skip the death animation. Come on, cooperate, buddy. Come on, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. Oh, too close, too close. We didn't finish him off. So what we'll do instead is move here and try and kill him off that way. Alternate strats here. Lose a bit of time, but hopefully not too much. Just like that. That's the frame perfect kill right there. This is Gigan. He is probably my favorite enemy in the game. He's got claws for hands and feet and a buzzsaw for a chest, and really easy to kill. Alright, so I need to move up here and not fight. He can back you into a corner with that and do quite a bit of damage. However, you can stutter your punches in order to keep him from advancing. He'll back off every time you do a punch if you time it right. Also, you can't mash punches because you will then drop inputs. It is very much a timing thing. Now we're on Pluto. Pluto, being the smallest of the planet when this game was made, has the biggest map. I believe it also contains every type of terrain. Pluto is a dog. One thing I've always found really weird is that Pluto is a dog, but Goofy is also a dog. How does that even work? All right, I need you to back up, buddy. All right, we'll punch you back. Alright, this should kill him right here, hopefully. There we go. Yeah, it's Pluto and then Neptune and then Planet X. That'll eat Thanksgiving dinner. Does he eat a turducken? Hopefully if everything falls correctly, we don't have to kill Mothra off until the very end of the stage. Okay. Alright, game, please don't blink out on me. Please do not blink out on me. Okay, so here I'm going to try and stagger the punches out. This is like kangaroos fighting. I have no idea what that was. Well, I mean, I know what that was, but I don't know why it did it. Thought I had all my notifications off. Might be Streamlabs or something. Come on, get under there. Get under there. Don't get kicked up. Please, do not get kicked up. Alright, slide under and breathe. Perfect. Kill this guy just for safety, because he will be in the knockback zone right here. And there's the magnet doing a decent amount of damage. Ye oldie death magnet. Okay. Don't knock me back. Okay. These stages are brutal. So we'll move down here. Should be Mechagodzilla's turn next, and then he should come right at me. So much explosion. Awesome. Optimal strats for Mechagodzilla is to literally have your face inside of his face and punch him. He's also definitely not cooperating. This may be a 2-rounder, which is fine. Okay, now we kill off Mothra, and then it'll be Mechagodzilla's turn again instead of it cycling back through. Hopefully the second round he'll cooperate a bit more. There we go. He just kind of throws his hands at you. That is correct. All kinds of big and bad games. Now, one thing you have to give this game credit for absolutely is the music is astonishing in my mind. Unlike the next game. Very much unlike the next game. There are two NES games in the official NES library. that the actual maker of the game is unknown. And we're at least quite a bit of ways ahead still, so that's awesome. Neptune is the fun one. It's going to take forever and a day to kill Mothra on this stage. So there is something that occurs if you fight a monster but don't finish the monster off, but get him really close to zero health, and then it becomes their turn. They decide to run away to the next planet instead of fight. And we're going to be using that as a part of this map's strat. Mothra. One thing that this game does have the actual Godzilla theme in it, in the music test, but it doesn't use it anywhere in the actual game. These stages are absolutely rough. Absolutely. Yeah. And there are huge, huge differences between the Japanese version of the game and ours. Like, you can only move Mothra 2 squares, and you can only move Godzilla 1 instead of 4 and 2. And all the attack animations are a lot slower, or I mean, not the animations themselves, but time in between the attacks is a lot slower, so you can only punch about half as fast with Godzilla. Now, if we are successful here, we will skip, I believe, 3, maybe 4 enemies. I'm a huge not fan of that. The Japanese version is a significant amount harder. So we have to kill Mothra on this stage. Unfortunately, the timing didn't line up quite how I wanted it to. Meow. So here we'll fight Gigan, but not kill Gigan. So we want to get him down to really low health but not finish him off. That's perfect. Go on, cooperate. No, we're gonna have to fight one extra fight. That'll be okay though, because that Mecha Godzilla fight was pretty awful. This will give us a little bit of health when we kill a Hydra. Slapfest. Oh no. Really? You went back to Baragon? Okay. Now we're really losing some time. So it would revert to one of the other two, but it didn't. It's all good though. We got him. We're definitely in the red now. So much lag. Still not a bad time. Not bad at all. Spiky puppers. We will get to see him in the next game as well. And he's definitely a spiky puppers. I didn't mean to come this way. It's all good though. This is Mothra's final resting spot. I think I need to scroll it just a little bit further. There we go. That is correct. The old Q-42 space modulator. So this will be the one and only time you get to see the three-headed dragon, Ghidra. And it is the most annoying fight ever. Continue like Ghidorah does, but it does a lot of damage. So we're going to play it safe, hopefully. Once we get down there. Give me that health. Give me that health. Swag points. Well, King Ghidra is not going to be king of much when we're done with it. Going to be king of eating the floor, taking a dirt nap. Yeah, with a couple tweaks, this game could be absolutely amazing. Everybody back off, back off, back off, back off, back off. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to try and slip this once, and if it doesn't work, I'm just going to... Oh, that was amazing. Oh, it didn't work. And I'm like 2 pixels away from being stun locked. Sometimes you can sneak under both of them at the same time and kill that before it knocks you back. Take out the trash. Alright, so let's go ahead and fight Godzilla first. I wouldn't call it happy music. I would call it ear-gratingly cheerful. Now this thing you can blow up, but not today. Alright, so we're going to come up here and not fight. Hopefully we can use this square here to get some health. That was absolutely perfect. Actually doing really well on health. So we don't have to go back and heal again. That was a pretty amazing fight. Ended up being like a 115 or so. Definitely take it. That's it. War is over. Godzilla next to Mothra corpse. That's right. 115 is really good. I'm going to open up my splits to see how well I did on everything. Well, I had a gold split in Saturn. 20 seconds behind at the beginning, and then in Saturn I was a minute and 16 ahead. And I was 31 seconds ahead going into Neptune and lost 2 whole minutes. Still a really good run. Almost to PB. If it wasn't for that, it definitely would have been.
We, the people of Planet X, will never give up our plan to invade the Earth.
Oh, again, it'll take like 10 seconds. I just want to let the credits roll because we saved a bunch of time. Plus, hopefully I can find that sound bite and get rid of it real quick.